Hi, everybody. Good evening. Welcome to Focus Activity 810. My name is Jennifer, and I am conducting the focus activity for this evening. This evening's focus activity 810 is about marketing. So it's a very interesting topic because anyone who follows the idea of marketing, how important it is, and what effects it has on the consumer and the seller. Why marketing is so important. As I said, my name is Jennifer, and I'll be conducting tonight's Focus Activity 810. Let's get started. Okay, tonight's Focus Activity 810 is about marketing. In this focus activity, we are going to be talking about several different things. Let me just click on the next slide. See? Let's see, my slide doesn't go. Just a minute. In this activity, we're going to be describing a marketing campaign, advertising vocabulary, and modal and semi-modal verbs. Now, for anyone who understands the idea of marketing, marketing is the process where a supplier or someone who has a product is encouraging the people to buy, to consume, or to use a particular product. And what tactics are used in marketing in order to get favorable results? Good evening, Andrea. Thank you for joining me. And hello, Katya. It's nice to hear from you too. I'm okay. I'm very happy that I have someone to join the focus activity with me. I was worried that I was going to have to go through the focus alone. As I said, hey, good evening, Terrence, and how are you? Thank you for joining me. In this evening's focus activity, we are talking about marketing. And 3 points we're going to touch on is the description of a marketing campaign, advertising vocabulary, and modal and semi-modal verbs. Before we start our focus, why is marketing so important? Why is marketing so important? Can't we just, if we have a product, can't we just take the product and put it on a shelf in a store and wait and see what happens? And the product could be anything. It could be a household product, possibly detergent. It could be clothing. It could be electronic devices. Why is marketing so important? Because it's a huge, huge sector. And for people, for companies that are good at marketing, there is a lot of money to be made. If we remember or we think of marketing ideas or marketing campaigns that have had great success, what are they? Usually they're the slogans that we remember after how many years? You have to make known the product. Very good. Thank you, Katya. You have to make known the product, which means you must introduce your product to the public so that they understand what it is. And after, you have to encourage them or convince them to buy it. That's what successful marketing is all about. It's not just about saying, oh, I have a pen. No, but I have a special pen, a fantastic pen, that if you have this pen, you can write anything in the world. And you convince the customer that they need this pen. Hi, Lily, how are you? Thank you for joining us this evening. Tonight's focus activity, we're talking about marketing, describing a marketing campaign, advertising vocabulary, and modal and semi-modal verbs. Let's get started. My computer, oh, here we go. Here we have different logos. We have different logos, and ironically, the words are not completed. But looking at the colors, looking at the shape, we should be able to recognize the company or the product. Thank you very much, Terrence. In fact, A is Oreo. And for anyone who knows, Oreo is a fantastic cookie that is chocolate on the outside and white cream on the inside. Thank you, Terrence. B is Coca-Cola, which is an American beverage. What is C? Does anybody know what product C is or what company C is? I know what this one is. It's actually a sandwich. Sprite. Does everyone agree? Is it Sprite? Star Park. Hey, hello, Alessandro. How are you? Thank you for joining us this evening. Subway. C is Subway. Subway is a franchise. F is Amazon. Thank you, Terrence. Subway is a franchise for food. Food. They sell long sandwiches. The sandwiches are called Subways. Okay, Terrence told us that F is Amazon, but what about D? I'm glad you're fine, Alessandro. I'm okay too. What is D? You know Subway? Okay. I don't know. Are there Subways here in Italy too? I know it's an American franchise, but I've never seen a Subway in Italy. I know they're in other parts of Europe, but I've never seen one here. Because when I arrived in Italy, there wasn't even McDonald's. There wasn't even a McDonald's. Remember the first... No, you saw it in the USA. Okay. I remember when they first opened up a McDonald's in Florence. Oh my goodness, it was a scandal. A scandal. McDonald's in Florence. Why? Why? Does anyone know what D is? D is James Bond 007. Oh, that's right. You went to the U.S. last summer. And what states did you visit, Katia? I remember you saying you went to the U.S., but I don't remember what part of the U.S. you visited. D is James Bond 007. James Bond 007 is a character. Everyone knows the James Bond movies, but this is also a logo. This is his logo. Ah, you were in California. Very nice. California is a beautiful state when it's not on fire. How about E? You said that A is Oreo, B is Coca-Cola, C is Subway, D is James Bond, E. And Katia, were you driving? Did you drive up and down the coast in California? Because it's a beautiful drive. I've actually never done it, but I've heard about it. Thank you, Andrea. E is Hard Rock Cafe. Oh, Terrence. Slow down, Terrence. And we know that F is Amazon. G. Thank you, Lily, and thank you, Katia. E is Hard Rock Cafe. F, Terrence already told us, is Amazon. I is Burger King. Thank you, Terrence. What about G? Oh, thank you, Lily. G is Dove. What's Dove? Not only is Dove soap, Dove is actually a beauty care line. A beauty care line. They have soap, they have lotion, cream for your skin, they have deodorant, I think they have shampoo. Dove, okay. Oh, you visited the American parks. Very nice. Terrence already told us that I is Burger King. What about H? Nobody knows what H is. H we see on practically all of our computers. We see a H on a lot of our computers. So we have Oreo, Coca-Cola, Subway, James Bond, Hard Rock Cafe, Amazon, Dove, which is beauty care products. H, I is Burger King. What about L? You have L, M, and N. Intel. Thank you, Katya. H is Intel, which is the electronic part of our computer. So it's Intel on the inside. We know that I is Burger King. L is IKEA. In English, it's IKEA. M. Thank you, Lily. Thank you, Katya. What about M? M, I believe, is for Mercedes. Is it Mercedes? Everyone thinks it's Mercedes. Audi, but it is a car. So that's close, Katya. Thank you. L is Lidl. Terrence, L is IKEA. L is like, but I guess Lidl has the same colors, don't they? Lidl has the same colors. M is Audi, which is an automobile line, and N, ooh, I don't know what N is. You're right, Terrence. Lidl has the same colors. Lidl has blue and yellow. But this is actually IKEA. Does anyone know what N is? What's interesting to note that with the logo, just with the logo, and the fact that we see these logos on television, in magazines, on the internet when spots pop up, on billboards as we're driving down the highway, we see these logos everywhere. We're bombarded by these visual logos. And because they're different, because they're contrasting colors, we remember the logo. And so we understand the product. BBC, British Broadcasting Corporation. Very good. So a logo is one part of marketing that is very important. What's N? Oh, BBC. Thank you very much, Katya. So we understand that having a strong logo means you'll have a better chance of people remembering your product. Because if they wrote all the names of the products the same way, then no one would remember. So in addition to having a name that's memorable, you want a logo that people are going to remember as well. Why isn't my clicker? All right, let's go on to the next slide. Okay, in the next slide, we have the lingo of marketing. These are different marketing vocabulary and their definition. Slogan, billboard, campaign, endorsement, coupon, and jingle. We already know what a logo is. The logo is the visual of the word of the product. So it's the name of the product written in a way that people remember immediately. So you know that the colors for Coca-Cola are red and white. The colors for IKEA are yellow and blue. And usually the logos have two or three colors that people remember automatically. So when you see the colors, you think of the product. It's very, very clever. So we have a list of vocabulary on the left, and we have the definitions on the right. We want to match the vocabulary to the definition. Okay, let's get started with slogan. The logo is the name of the product, but what's a slogan? What's a slogan? Let's look through the different definitions. Course of action, a slogan is a memorable phrase. Very good. Memorable phrase, and this is important because these are the phrases that people remember forever. Thank you, Katya. Thank you, Lily. If we think of slogans from our childhood, it could be for a type of food or a type of candy or a type of shop. These phrases stay with us forever. I still remember slogans from my childhood. So a slogan is a memorable phrase like Coke is it. Does anyone else know any phrases, even in Italian, that they remember forever? There are a lot of ones in Italian too that are very memorable. While we're thinking of slogans that we remember, let's consider the definition for billboard. Billboard. So we know that a logo is a visual of the word. A slogan is a phrase that you hear. Carosello. All right, that is before my time in Italy, but I've heard of it. I've heard of that show and that everybody knows about it. I'm loving it. Is the slogan for McDonald's. Very good. Dove c'è casa? Or La Cop sei tu? These are different phrases also in Italian that people remember. By remembering the slogan, you remember the product. So does anyone know what a billboard is? The logo is visual, the slogan is audio, so we hear the slogan and we remember it. A billboard, where do we see billboards? Oh, I just gave you a clue. So a logo you see, a slogan you hear, a billboard you also see. And what's important about billboards is where you see them. Where do you see billboards? And why are they so effective? Because sometimes you could be stuck in traffic and you'll see a billboard. You could be driving down the highway or even driving down KJ. It's KJ. A large display for advertisement. Thank you, Katya. So billboard is a large display. And Terrence, you tell me what KJ is. I don't know what KJ is. But we see billboards along the motorway. We see billboards along main roads in town or in the city. We can see a billboard on the side of a building. It's a huge advertisement with a visual that's strong enough that you remember. This advertisement can use the logo, can use the slogan as part of a large display. What then is a campaign? So a logo is the visual name of the product. The slogan is the phrase that we hear. The billboard is a large display that we see on the highway, on the sides of buildings. Usually billboards are meant to be seen from your car while you're driving. Because if you see the same billboard over and over and over again. For example, I once bought a pair of shoes. Course of action to promote a product. Excellent, Katya. If you drive a car, or even if you take a bus, if you take a bus to school, if you take a bus to work, if you drive a car to school, if you drive a car to work, and you find that you take the same road or the same streets every single day to school, to work, you're going to see the same advertisements every single day. It's a form of repetition that's unbelievable. And I have eaten in restaurants because I see the same advertisements. I've bought shoes because I see the same advertisements. I've even gone to see films because I see the same advertisement every single day. So it's another very effective way of marketing. A campaign, on the other hand, is the course of action. So it's the project, the entire project to sell a product, to promote a product. Endorsement, because none of this would happen without endorsement. Endorsement is very important also if you have a new product or a controversial product. So sometimes if you get certain people to say, oh, I use this, or I would buy it. How about you? So endorsement is very important depending on who endorses it. And there I've just gave you a hint. So we know that the logo then is the visual name of the product. The slogan is the phrase that we hear. The billboard is a giant advertisement. The campaign is the course of action, the project to promote a product. And the endorsement, what's the endorsement? Think of, for example, if you have a really, really good friend, and this friend is honest and they're true and they're very handsome or very beautiful. And you say, you know what? What's your secret? Giving one's approval or support. Thank you, Katya. That is endorsement. And your friend says, well, I'm so handsome or I'm so beautiful because I eat marshmallows every day. You say, well, what marshmallows do you eat? Well, I eat these kinds of marshmallows. And you're going to go buy those marshmallows. So depending on who endorses a product, they can actually encourage people, encourage the public to buy a product or to try a product. So if somebody famous or beautiful uses a product, if you have a beautiful model that says, oh, if you want hair like mine, just use whatever shampoo and you'll have hair just like mine. That's endorsing a product. Coupon, to recommend the products to the other. Very good. So the endorsement is if somebody gives their approval or support. So you can also endorse a product with money by giving money to the company. You can endorse a product by recommendation. If you have somebody famous who comes on TV and says, oh, you have to try this restaurant because it's absolutely wonderful, you can get people to go. Does anyone know who Oprah Winfrey is? Has anyone ever heard of Oprah Winfrey? Oprah Winfrey is a mega personality in the United States. And she is so famous and so powerful. Her personality and her image is so powerful that when she recommends something, people immediately go out and buy it. Oprah Winfrey, when she had a television show, she used to make a list, a Christmas list. If your product got on her Christmas list, people everybody went to buy that product. And the person who made the product became famous, became very wealthy. It was a tremendous help because this person, this very famous, very powerful person, endorsed a product by recommending the product to the public. So it's very important. What is a coupon? What's a coupon? We don't see coupons very much anymore, but once upon a time, we used to cut them out of the paper so that we could collect them and then go to the supermarket. We don't see coupons very much anymore. We only have two choices left. We either have a tune designed to be easily remembered or a voucher for a discount. So one is coupon and one is jingle. Which one is coupon? When I was younger, a lot of housewives used to clip coupons. They had special bags to keep all their coupons. Because if you used several coupons, you would save a lot of money. So a coupon is actually a voucher for a discount. With a coupon, you can get a % off the price, or you can pay a certain amount less. For example, the coupon could be 20% off detergent. Thank you very much, Lily and Katia. A coupon is a voucher for a discount, and your discount could be a percentage or a quantity of money. You say, oh, $5 less. Or buy two, get one free. So you get the third one for free. So, but we don't have coupons very much anymore. Sometimes we do. So a jingle now is a tune designed to be easily remembered. And jingles are extremely effective. If you've ever found yourself humming or singing the tune for a commercial or a spot on TV, it's because the jingle is extremely memorable. And so people remember it. If you remember it, that means you also remember the slogan of the product and the name of the product. So when you have all of these characteristics working together, you have a logo that's easy to remember. You have a slogan that is also memorable. A billboard that you see all the time on your way to work or onto school. If you're on the bus or in your car, you see the same billboard every single day for weeks until they change it. There's a very strong campaign behind the product. Famous people are saying, you have to try it, you have to eat it, you have to buy it. Plus, you get a coupon saying, well, if you go to the store right now, you'll get 50% off. And then on top of that, you turn on the radio in your car, and there's a song about that product. At the end, you're going to buy it. YouTube. What about YouTube? YouTube helps also with advertisement. All right, so now that we understand the vocabulary of marketing, the lingo that we use, we want to go over from weak to strong. Here, we want to choose the correct modal or semi-modal verb in this slogan. Here we have an example of slogans, and we want to use the correct modal verb to make the slogan more effective. Terrence, what do you mean by YouTube? The advertisements? Yes, YouTube also. There are commercials on YouTube. So if you watch a lot of YouTube, excellent, I hadn't thought of that. If you watch YouTube on a regular basis, you will also see the same spots, the same advertisements, also based on what you watch. So now advertising has become extremely specific because people know that the network knows that if they have a customer or a client that looks at the same things all the time, they're more inclined to buy certain things. All right, let's take a look at these slogans and then choose the correct modal or semi-modal. If I use the new Bubbles cleaning product, I might have more time to spend with my family. Now, if a commercial comes on television and they say, well, you know what? If you use this product, maybe, but you won't know unless you try. That's not very strong encouragement to try a product. So we want to choose the correct modal verb that's going to encourage, advise, but strongly encourage a customer to buy or try a product. So if we have to choose between would or should, which one should we choose? If the new Bubbles cleaning product, if I use the new Bubbles cleaning product, I should or would have more time to spend with my family. I'm going to think about it for a minute. Because we have to also consider the function of each. When do we use would and when do we use should? We use should for advice. If we want someone to do something, very good, Katya. Teresa, hi, how are you? And Terrence, thank you, would. If I use the new Bubbles cleaning product, I would have more time to spend with my family. Thank you very much. Let's look at the next one. Flat tires. You ought to go to Jimmy's Garage for unbeatable prices. But if you don't, that's okay too. You can go somewhere else. Hi, Teresa, how are you? So if we want to come up with a slogan that's stronger, which slogan, which modal verb would work better? Flat tires. Excuse me. Flat tires. You should go to Jimmy's Garage for unbeatable prices. Okay, if I say should, when do we use should? For advice, like the doctor says, listen, you should really take this medicine. But, oh, I'm glad you're good, Teresa. But if it's, the doctor doesn't obligate you, but he says, listen, if you want to get better, there really isn't a choice here. Everyone says should. You should go to Jimmy's Garage. You need to go. Why is need to go? Oh, you were working out. Very good. What kind of workout are you doing? Are you lifting weights? Do you have a gym in your house? Need. Can anyone tell us the difference? Why is need to go better than should? What does need mean? Like everybody needs to be loved. But yes, you have a gym. Nice. Now you have a separate room in your house that's a gym, or do you just like have a cycle machine in the middle of the living room and say, oh, we have a gym? That's nice, though. That's good that you guys dedicate space and time to good health. So what's the difference between need and should? Need is necessary. Very good. Thank you, Teresa. If someone tells you you need this, that means without it, you're going to die or worse. So you have a flat tire. You need to go to Jimmy's Garage. You can't go anywhere else. So to need something is a necessity. You don't. Oh, you use the hallway. You have the machines up in the hallway. Very nice. Okay, let's take a look at our next slogan. If you wash with La La shampoo, you can have more beautiful hair. If you wash with La La shampoo, you might have more beautiful hair. If you wash with La La shampoo, you will have more beautiful hair. So we're telling people, if you use this shampoo, now we want them to buy the shampoo. Will, very good. If we remember, wait a minute. If we remember our conditional, if something happens, this will be the outcome. Thank you very much, Terrence and Katya. It's a prediction. It's also one of our conditionals. So if you wash, you will have. It's definitely going to happen. Want an easy dinner? You have to try Chef Blue's frozen dinners. Want an easy dinner? You must try Chef Blue's frozen dinners. Want to have an easy dinner? You need to try, this one is difficult, eh? You need to try Chef Blue's frozen dinners. Now remember, we said that should and need is a necessity, should is strong advice. Here we have to, need to, which is a necessity, or must. What is must? Let's think about it for a minute. Think about if you keep hearing the slogan, I'm so hungry. I know, Terrence, I'm hungry too. I'm hungry too. You want an easy dinner, Terrence? You must try Chef Blue's frozen dinners, Terrence. Want an easy dinner? You must try. Must is obligating someone to do something. Like you must take off your shoes before coming in the house. You're obligating them. But if you need to, it means they need to do it for their own benefit. If your dog eats pop cookies, your dog might be healthier. If your dog eats pop cookies, your dog would be healthier. If your dog eats pop cookies, your dog will be healthier. Which one do you think? Now we want the customer to buy these pop cookies. So your dog would be healthier. Well, why is it well? I know. I was thinking for a minute. For example, if you look at the first slogan, if I use the new Bubbles cleaning product, I would have more time to spend with my family. But if your dog eats pop cookies, your dog will be healthier. You meant will, Terrence. Okay, I believe you. Will, because here again we're making a prediction. The first part is in present, so the second part is will, infinitive. For healthy teeth, you should use Minty Breath toothpaste. Right, that's the first conditional consequence. Thank you, Teresa. That's what I was thinking. I knew it was first conditional, but I couldn't. Will, because the phrase is in present. Very good, Kasia. Excellent. So what the first slogan then is also conditional, but it's not first conditional. Which conditional is it? Andrea, I bet you know. Andrea, where are you? So if you wash, if your dog is first conditional, present plus future. But the first slogan, if I used, the second conditional, fantastic, Katya, exactly. The first slogan is the second conditional. A hypothetical brand strategy. Why should you buy the Nike brand? Actually, it's Nike. In English, we say Nike. What will change? How will Nike make you feel? You're lagging. No, you're not lagging. You're Terrence. You're not lagging. You're Terrence. Hi, Andrea. Welcome back. You're logged out. What's the matter, you guys? Let's take a look at these strategies. This is a strategy of Nike, which has fabulous, fabulous marketing campaigns. They have slogans that stick with you forever. They have fantastic athletes that endorse their products. And they have catchy slogans. Kathy, are you leaving? Let's take a look at these 3 questions. Why should you buy the Nike brand? What will change? How will Nike make you feel? All right, let's take a look at this image right here. We have these fantastic legs with great athletic shoes. Make yourself fit. Here, we have a wonderful, wonderful looking person with all of these people reflected on his shirt. And the slogan is, find your greatness. Oh, it's okay. Thank you, Teresa. Lag again. Oh. Well, I'll slow down. Okay, I'll slow down so that you can hear everything that I say. Here, the second image, the other image, the third image, we have some more wonderful looking legs and they're jumping very high. And the slogan is the goodness. Oh no, the goddess in you. Here we have another athlete that people recognize because his name is actually down here. It says, become a legend with every catch. All right. And today's it says, it makes you feel powerful. But what is it about this powerfulness that's so important? You should buy the Nike brand because it makes you feel powerful. What will change? What will change? Because how are we before we buy Nike? That's the question. How are we before we buy Nike? Maybe before I buy Nike, I'm just Jennifer, an English teacher, English in the city. I teach English online. I teach English in school. Teach English to anybody who wants to learn English. But once I buy Nike athletic shoes, I am a goddess. So these are things that we already have inside. Today's nothing will change but you think so. I believe that it will change. I believe that if I buy these shoes, I will have legs like this. I believe I am a goddess, but I just need to find the goddess within myself. They do everything you need about playing sports. Terrence, you're eating. What are you eating? I'm hungry too. I'm very hungry. Okay, so this strategy works wonderfully because Nike tells you you are a goddess. You are great, but you need our product to help you bring it out, to help you realize it. The idea of advertising is to convince you to believe something that won't happen. Teresa, don't be such a killjoy. You're eating salad. Fantastic, Terrence. Good for you. Eat healthily. Well, or maybe they encourage people to be more confident about themselves so they can make something happen, right? Terrence is very healthy. Good for you, Terrence. Okay, targeting a customer. So we've talked about these different aspects. The slogan is you can do it. That's right, Katya. You can do it. Why? Because you're great. Why? Because you're a goddess. Why? Because you're fit. All you need are the shoes. All you need are the shoes. But once we have the logo, that's beautiful. Once we have the slogan that people remember, once we have the billboard that people see every single day, once we have the little song that people remember and they sing as they're in their car going to work. But we have to find the consumer. We have to target them. We can't just throw this advertising out into the air and see who catches it. You need to train. Yeah, who needs to train, Teresa? To target a consumer. What advertisements might appeal to women and why? How would companies advertise to men? How should business advertise to children? What sales strategies can businesses use to promote consumer spending? Oh, you need to train. The consumers need to train. What do you think would be the best way to advertise? Newspaper, television, radio, other. Okay, so let's consider some of these questions one by one. Because every group, every target group, there's a different approach. Companies study the market first. Yes, they do. Absolutely. So if you have a product, you have to determine which group you can sell it to. Are you selling to women, men, or children? Are you selling to elderly people, middle-aged people, or teenagers, or children? What people like and don't like. What they also study the people where they are and what they might need. Just to give you an example, here we buy olive oil, okay, in Italy, and we appreciate good olive oil. We appreciate high quality olive oil. And if you get olive oil that has just been pressed, okay, and it's very thick and it's very dark and it has a certain flavor and a texture, if you take that same olive oil and you take it to the United States, no one's going to buy it. No one's going to like it. They're like, it's green, it's cloudy, it's thick, and they're not going to eat it. So that even though it's good olive oil and it's high quality, the image for people in the US is not attractive. So they sell the olive oil in the US with the same name, possibly the same name on the bottle, but it's a different type. Because Americans want to see clear oil. They want to see clear oil. Okay, so which advertisements might appeal to women and why? Think about commercials or spots that appeal to women. And we want to use the words slogan, billboard, campaign, endorsement, coupon, or jingle. Instead of going through the questions one by one, take a look at all the questions on your own. And as you come up with an answer for a question, give me the number and use the word in your answer. For example, what advertisements might appeal to women and why? Coupons might appeal to women because if they do most of the shopping, then they want to save money at the supermarket. So as you come up with an answer to a question, give me the number first and then your comment. How could companies advertise to men? Now, these questions are somewhat stereotypical, assuming that women all go to the supermarket and assuming that men are all going to work in their cars on the highway every single day. So what forms of advertisement might be more readily visual or available to men that women might not have access to? For example, men, if they get a coupon, it may not work for them. because they just crumple it up and throw it away. But if a woman finds a coupon at the bottom of the receipt, she goes to the supermarket, they give her the receipt. At the bottom of the receipt, there's a coupon that says, oh, 20% off the next time you come. The woman will cut it, put it in her wallet. A handsome actor endorsing the product for number one. Very good. So when you have George Clooney talking about Nescafe, what else? Or you have Antonio Banderas as Mulino Bianco making cookies because Antonio makes cookies. You're like, oh, I need those cookies. How should business advertise to children? So if children are your target, how can you reach them? You're not, maybe not in billboards, but maybe yes, if they're in the car with their parents. Jingles are often used in commercials for kids. Fantastic. Because for anyone who has children, or Teresa, if you have experience teaching children, one of the most effective ways to teach children is through music. You get them to sing. Once you get them to sing, they don't shut up, and they will sing the same song, the same phrase over and over and over and over and over again. So if you have a catchy jingle about a toy, about a video game, about a snack food, about a cereal, about anything, they're going, and cartoons, very good. They're going to remember the song. So when they go to the store and they hear the song or they see the product, they're like, oh my gosh, I have to have it. So jingles are very effective for children. What strategies, what sales strategies can businesses use to promote consumer spending? Oh, this is a complex question. So if a business wants people to spend more money, what strategies can they use? And this includes most of our vocabulary then. Because if a business, whether it's a business for cereal, breakfast cereal, and they want people to spend more money, or even the electronics sector, how do they get people to spend more money? That's a difficult question. But I think if we put all of these characteristics together, we end up coming up with a strong campaign to get consumers to spend more. Because it's not about getting the people to buy things that they need that really helps them. It's just about getting them to spend all of their money so they have nothing left. All right, let's take a look at the fifth question and then we'll move on. What do you think would be the best way to advertise? Now, nowadays, we're in a completely different era for advertising. What's the most effective way to advertise now, in your opinion? Do you hear the best commercials or the best spots to get discounts? What's your good habit? Oh, guys, I'm sorry, I got left behind. To launch new products. So the businesses can launch new products. Very good. If we think about electronics, how every few weeks, every month, a new phone comes out. So you have to buy it. So you spend more money. What's my good habit? Ask me again, Terrence. I don't understand. Businesses can also give discounts in order to get people to spend more. So they can offer, 25% off if you just, 30% off if you want. And if you buy two, you get another one for free. And convince people that they can't do without. Yes, very good. So people need to feel a need for the product, that if they don't have it, they're not going to be happy. That's one of the most effective methods right now, is to convince people that with this product, they're going to be happy, because that's what everybody wants. Everybody just wants to be happy. So they say, okay, if you have this phone, you're going to be happy. If you use this shampoo, you're going to be so happy. If you drive this car, you're going to be happy every day. If you eat in this restaurant, you and your family are going to be happy. Exactly. That's the way it works. Okay. Thank you, Teresa. So I think to buy one and take two. Very good. So that means that if you buy one, then the second one is free. So you actually get two for the price of one. Let's go on to, we're considering question 5. The best method of advertising. So if we consider the billboard or a newspaper or a spot on TV or the radio or the internet, what's a very, very effective way of advertising? Consider also maybe if you're on the computer a lot. I don't know if who's on the computer a lot. Terrence, are you finished with your salad? Or if you're on the computer a lot, because you mentioned before that YouTube now, they use spots on YouTube to advertise. So if there are certain commercials, if there are certain films or certain videos that you watch on a regular basis, they know that. And they send you specific advertisements. I know. Plus, if your personal data is available, they also start sending you specific advertisements. Really? Billboards are still more effective than social media in our city. In Prato, right? Okay. And Teresa, before you joined the group, I was saying that I've bought products, I've eaten in restaurants, I've seen films because of the billboards that I see on my way to work every single day. Now, I know that Teresa, she rides a bicycle a lot around the city, but especially if you're in a car or you take the bus every single day. Yes, they're everywhere around the city. And as we said before, Katya, thank you, is that if you take the same streets every single day, you see the same advertisements every single day, several times a day. Exactly. So it's like hearing the same jingle every single day, or hearing the same slogan every single day. And after a while, if the slogan is powerful, if the image is powerful, if the jingle is powerful, at some point you can be like, oh my gosh, what am I doing without it? I have to have it. All right, we don't have time to launch a campaign, but we do have a couple of minutes to discuss possibly marketing tactics. Is everybody still here with me? Marketing tactics that have affected us. So can you think of a tactic that worked with you? Radio is quite effective as people drive a lot. True. But in my car, for example, when I'm driving, I don't always listen to the radio. A lot of people now, they have the USB, so they have the music that they put on, or they connect it to their phone or something like that. So what marketing strategies work for you? In my personal opinion, the best marketing strategies that work for me are, at this point, honestly, I would have to say the spots on social media, because they're completely targeted for me. And it happens that, unfortunately, my age is also on social media, and so they have access to my age, even though I've deleted it because I don't want people to know how old I am. But now I've started getting advertisements for women going into menopause. I know. So I delete those advertisements because I find them offensive. But I'm just saying that because on social media it's completely targeted for the person, a lot of times that strategy can be extremely, extremely effective. Okay, listen, in tonight's focus, we went over the argument of marketing. Different marketing strategies that are effective. And also, we went over the use of modal verbs and semi-modal verbs, and how when we're using a slogan, when we're creating a slogan, how to make the slogan more powerful, a stronger slogan that really encourages people to buy, to try, or to use a product. So what were some of the modal and semi-modal verbs that we went over tonight? There was must, should, need to, ought to, would, and we also did a brief review of our first and second conditional. Thank you, Teresa. So you guys are excellent tonight. I want to thank you so much for joining me. Have a great evening. Have a great evening. And Terrence, yes, the lesson is finished. Thank you, Terrence. Listen, I'll be around tomorrow for whoever wants to take a lesson. I'll be around tomorrow. There will be other lessons as well online. So remember, have a great evening, and I'll see everybody next time. Okay, bye, Terrence. Bye, Katya. Bye, Teresa. Andrea, have a good night if you're still there. See you guys soon. Bye.